You know, in my 30 years as a urologist, I've heard thousands of men tell me the same heartbreaking story. They sit in my office, shoulders slumped, and say, "Doctor, I think it's over. My body just doesn't work anymore." But what if I told you that the problem isn't your age? It's sitting right there in your refrigerator, and you've been throwing it away. I'm talking about a raw purple vegetable that most men over 60 completely ignore. Yet this simple food contains a compound so powerful for erectile function that it literally rebuilds the highway system your blood uses to create rock-solid erections. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this purple powerhouse is the missing piece in your battle against erectile dysfunction. My name is Dr. Sophia Williams, and I've spent over 3 decades helping men reclaim their sexual confidence. I've seen men in their 70s transform their intimate lives simply by understanding how their bodies really work. Today, I'm going to share with you the same science-based approach I use with my patients, starting with this remarkable purple vegetable that cleans your arteries and supercharges your erections. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your body betrayed you? Like the man you once were just disappeared? That confidence you had? That spontaneous desire, all of it seemed to vanish along with your ability to get firm? You're not alone. Every week, men sit across from me describing that exact feeling. The frustration, the embarrassment, the fear that this is just how it's going to be forever. Please hit that subscribe button right now, because what I'm about to share could change everything for you. Here's what most men don't understand. An erection is a hydraulic event. Think of it like a garden hose. For water to flow powerfully through that hose, you need 3 things. The hose itself needs to be flexible, the water pressure needs to be strong, and there can't be any kinks or blockages. Your erectile function works exactly the same way. Your blood vessels are the hose, your heart provides the pressure, and when your arteries are clogged or stiff, you get kinks that block the flow. This is why that little blue pill only works temporarily. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken pipe. It might create pressure for a few hours, but it doesn't fix the fundamental problem. Your vascular system needs to be cleaned and restored. Let me tell you about Robert, a 68-year-old retired construction worker who came to see me last year. He'd been married for 45 years, and he told me with tears in his eyes, "Doctor, I feel like I'm failing my wife. We haven't been intimate in 2 years because I'm too ashamed to even try." Robert wasn't just dealing with erectile dysfunction. He was dealing with the complete loss of his confidence as a man. The first thing I told Robert was exactly what I'm telling you now. This isn't about aging. This is about circulation. And circulation can be restored. You see, when your arteries become stiff and clogged, they can't dilate properly. And dilation is everything when it comes to erectile function. Your penis needs to fill with blood. About 7 times more blood than when it's flaccid. If your arteries can't open wide enough to allow that flood of blood, you'll never achieve the firmness you remember. That's where our purple vegetable comes in. This remarkable food contains compounds called anthocyanins, the same pigments that give it that deep purple color. But here's the incredible part. Anthocyanins are nature's most powerful vessel dilators. They literally tell your arteries to relax and open up, creating superhighways for blood flow. But anthocyanins do something even more remarkable. They boost your body's production of nitric oxide, the master molecule for erectile function. Think of nitric oxide as the foreman at a construction site. When you have enough of it, it tells your blood vessels to expand, it improves blood flow, and it keeps your vascular system flexible and responsive. The purple vegetable I'm talking about is red cabbage. Yes, ordinary red cabbage. But here's the key. It has to be raw. When you cook red cabbage, you destroy up to 80% of those precious anthocyanins. Raw red cabbage contains more vessel-dilating compounds than almost any other food on Earth. Robert started eating just half a cup of raw red cabbage every morning with his breakfast. Within 3 weeks, he called me and said, "Doctor, something's happening. I'm waking up with morning erections again. I haven't felt this alive in years. Are you starting to see why this works? Your body wants to function properly. It's designed to give you strong, reliable erections well into your 80s and beyond. You just need to give it the right tools. But red cabbage is just the beginning. To truly restore your erectile function, you need to understand the complete system. Blood flow is crucial, but there's another piece of the puzzle that most men completely miss. With your blood vessels now getting the support they need to stay flexible and open, we need to talk about the fuel that powers your entire sexual system, testosterone. But not in the way you might think. Most men believe testosterone is just about libido, about wanting sex. But testosterone is actually the master builder of your erectile machinery. It maintains the smooth muscle tissue in your penis, it keeps your blood vessels healthy, and it ensures that when nitric oxide sends the signal to dilate, your body has the structural integrity to respond. Here's where red cabbage becomes even more powerful. Raw red cabbage contains a compound called diindolylmethane, or DIM. This natural compound helps your body metabolize estrogen more efficiently. Now you might be thinking, "Doctor, I'm a man. Why do I care about estrogen?" Here's why. As men age, we don't just lose testosterone, we also accumulate estrogen. And excess estrogen literally blocks testosterone from doing its job. When you eat raw red cabbage regularly, you're not just improving blood flow, you're helping your body maintain the hormonal balance it needs for peak sexual function. It's like tuning a fine instrument. Every component needs to work in harmony. Let me share another story with you. Thomas, a 65-year-old accountant, came to me frustrated because he'd tried everything. He'd been prescribed testosterone replacement therapy, he'd taken supplements, he'd even tried the injections. Nothing worked consistently. His testosterone levels looked fine on paper, but his body wasn't responding. The problem wasn't that Thomas didn't have enough testosterone. It was that his body couldn't use it effectively. His system was clogged with metabolic waste, his arteries were stiff, and his estrogen levels were too high. We needed to clean house before anything else would work. I put Thomas on what I call the purple protocol. Every morning, he would eat half a cup of finely chopped raw red cabbage mixed with a tablespoon of olive oil and a squeeze of lemon juice. The olive oil helps your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins, and the lemon juice provides vitamin C, which protects those delicate anthocyanins from oxidation. But here's the most important part: timing. Thomas ate this mixture on an empty stomach, first thing in the morning. Why? Because that's when your body's absorption rates are highest, and it's when your natural testosterone production is at its peak. You're essentially feeding your body exactly what it needs when it needs it most. Within 6 weeks, Thomas reported something remarkable. Not only were his erections stronger and more reliable, but his energy levels had improved dramatically. He said, "Doctor, I feel like I did in my 40s. My wife can't believe the change." This is the power of working with your body's natural systems instead of against them. But there's one more element we need to address, the element that ties everything together and determines whether you'll have occasional improvements or consistent, reliable function. The third component is cellular energy. Your penis is actually one of the most metabolically active organs in your body. Creating and maintaining an erection requires enormous amounts of cellular energy, more energy than your heart uses during moderate exercise. If your cells can't produce enough energy, it doesn't matter how good your blood flow is or how balanced your hormones are. Raw red cabbage supports cellular energy production through its high concentration of B vitamins, particularly folate and vitamin B6. These vitamins are essential for mitochondrial function, the powerhouses of your cells. When your mitochondria are functioning optimally, they can produce the energy your erectile tissue needs to respond powerfully and consistently. But here's what most men don't realize. The way you prepare and consume red cabbage determines how much benefit you actually get. Most people think of cabbage as a cooked vegetable, something you boil or steam. But cooking destroys the very compounds that make it so powerful for erectile function. The key is to shred it finely, almost like coleslaw, and let it sit for about 10 minutes before eating. This activates enzymes that make the nutrients more bioavailable. Mix it with a healthy fat like olive oil or avocado, and you've created a perfect delivery system for erectile enhancement. I remember another patient, Michael, a 62-year-old pilot, who was skeptical about the whole thing. He said, "Doctor, You're telling me that eating raw cabbage is going to fix what expensive medications couldn't? I explained to him that medications work by forcing a response, but they don't address the underlying dysfunction. Red cabbage works by restoring your body's natural ability to function. Michael agreed to try it for 30 days. 3 weeks in, he called me and said, "I don't know what's happening, but my wife and we're connecting again. Not just physically, but emotionally. I feel like myself again." That's the real power of this approach. You're not just treating erectile dysfunction, you're restoring your entire masculine vitality. But there's one critical mistake that most men make that sabotages all their progress, and if you don't know what it is, you could be working against yourself every single day. The biggest mistake I see men make is thinking that erectile dysfunction is just about physical mechanics, blood flow, hormones, and energy. But what they don't realize is that there's a fourth component that can override everything else: the mind-body connection. You see, anxiety and stress trigger the release of cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that literally shut down your sexual response system. It's an evolutionary survival mechanism. When your body thinks you're in danger, it redirects all resources away from reproduction and toward immediate survival. This is why that raw red cabbage becomes even more powerful when you understand the complete picture. Red cabbage contains high levels of magnesium and potassium, minerals that naturally calm your nervous system and reduce cortisol production. When you eat it consistently, you're not just improving your physical capacity for erections. You're creating the calm, confident mental state that allows your body to respond naturally. Let me tell you about David, a 69-year-old retired teacher who came to me with what he called performance anxiety. He said, "Doctor, I think about it so much that I talk myself right out of it. By the time my wife and I try to be intimate, I'm already convinced it won't work." David had created a vicious cycle. Fear of failure was actually causing the failure. For David, the red cabbage protocol did something unexpected. After about a month, he told me, "I stopped thinking about it so much. The anxiety just faded. And when it did, everything else started working again." The minerals in red cabbage had helped regulate his stress response, breaking the cycle of anxiety and dysfunction. But here's why this approach works better than anything else. It addresses all 4 pillars of erectile function simultaneously. You're improving blood flow with the anthocyanins, optimizing hormone balance with the DIM, boosting cellular energy with the B vitamins, and calming your nervous system with the minerals. It's not just one isolated effect. It's a complete system restoration. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need expensive supplements, complicated protocols, or prescription medications with side effects. You need half a cup of raw red cabbage every morning, prepared correctly and consumed consistently. Here's exactly how to do it. Take half a head of red cabbage and shred it finely using a food processor or a sharp knife. Store it in the refrigerator, and each morning, take half a cup of the shredded cabbage and mix it with 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Let it sit for 10 minutes to activate the enzymes, then eat it on an empty stomach. You can add other vegetables if you want, carrots, bell peppers, or cucumber. But the red cabbage is the star. Eat this mixture every morning for at least 30 days and pay attention to how your body responds. Many men notice changes within the first 2 weeks, but the full benefits develop over time as your vascular system rebuilds itself. Remember Robert, the construction worker I told you about earlier? 6 months later, he sent me a card that said, "Doctor, you gave me my life back. My wife and I are like newlyweds again. I wake up every morning grateful." That's the power of working with your body's natural healing capacity. What you have to understand is that erectile dysfunction isn't a disease. It's a symptom. It's your body's way of telling you that something in your vascular system needs attention. When you give your body the right tools, it remembers how to function. Your erectile tissue doesn't forget how to work. It just needs the right environment to thrive. The anthocyanins in red cabbage are so powerful that they're being studied as natural alternatives to prescription erectile dysfunction medications. But unlike those drugs, red cabbage improves your entire cardiovascular system. You're not just getting better erections, you're protecting your heart, improving your circulation, and boosting your overall vitality. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning feeling confident in your body again. Imagine approaching intimacy with anticipation instead of anxiety. Imagine your partner seeing that spark in your eyes that they fell in love with years ago. That's not just a fantasy. That's what happens when you restore your body's natural function. This isn't about turning back the clock or trying to perform like you did in your 20s. This is about optimizing the body you have right now at this stage of your life to function at its absolute best. Your body is designed to maintain sexual function well into your 80s and beyond. You just need to give it the right support. If you found this information helpful, I want you to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Share this video with any man in your life who might benefit from this information. And here's what I want you to do right now. Go to your grocery store today and buy a head of red cabbage. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until next week. Start giving your body what it needs today. Remember, intimacy doesn't have an expiration date. Your body was designed to function. Your relationship deserves the best version of you. And most importantly, you deserve to feel confident and vital, regardless of your age. The solution isn't complicated, it's not expensive, it's sitting right there in the produce section of your grocery store. Raw red cabbage, nature's most powerful tool for erectile restoration. Give your body 30 days with this simple morning protocol and discover what it feels like to have your confidence back. Your journey to restored erectile function starts with a single decision. Make that decision today. Your body is waiting. Your partner is waiting. Your best years are still ahead of you.